Welcome to Space Quiz. Test your knowledge with 50 exciting questions, covering topics like biology, chemistry, and the human body. Hit like to boost your memory and stay until the end for the surprise question. Comment your score and challenge your friends. Ready? Let's begin. What is the name of the biggest volcano in the solar system? Mount Everest, Olympus Mons, or Mauna Loa? Olympus Mons. What is matter? Something that has no space, something that has mass and occupies space, or something that exists only as gas? Something that has mass and occupies space. What are the three most common physical states of matter? Solid, liquid, and gas, solid and plasma, or only gas and plasma? Solid, liquid, and gas. What is the process of changing from solid to liquid called? Evaporation, melting, or condensation? Melting. What is the process called when a liquid slowly changes to gas at room temperature? Melting, sublimation, or evaporation? Evaporation. When we say water is boiling, what process is occurring? Melting, boiling, or condensation? Boiling. What is the process of changing from gas to liquid called? Condensation or liquefaction, melting, or sublimation? Condensation or liquefaction. What happens when ice melts? Melting, solidification, or sublimation? Melting. What is the direct transition from solid to gas called? Skipping the liquid phase. Condensation, melting, or sublimation? Sublimation. What is an example of sublimation? Boiling water, dry ice turning into gas, or cooling lava? Dry ice turning into gas. What is a homogeneous mixture? A mixture where different substances are clearly visible. A mixture where substances form a single phase, or a mixture that always has two or more phases. A mixture where substances form a single phase. What is a heterogeneous mixture? A mixture with only one phase, a mixture with two or more visible phases, or a mixture that cannot be separated. A mixture with two or more visible phases. What type of mixture is seawater? Homogeneous, dissolved salt, heterogeneous, or a pure substance? Homogeneous, dissolved salt. What is filtration used for? Separating solids from liquids, separating liquid-liquid mixtures, or separating gas-liquid mixtures? Separating solids from liquids. What happens when a mixture of sand and water is left still? Distillation, decantation, or fusion? Decantation. Which of the following is not a general property of matter? Mass, volume, or always being red? Always being red. How is density calculated? Volume slash mass, mass slash volume, or mass times volume? Mass slash volume. How can you separate salt from seawater? Sieving, evaporation or distillation, or magnetic separation? Evaporation or distillation. What property determines whether an object floats in a liquid? Melting point, density, or hardness? Density. What is the term for the process of changing from liquid to solid? Melting, solidification, or sublimation? Solidification. How do we identify a pure substance? Fixed melting and boiling points, variable properties, or no defined structure. Fixed melting and boiling points. What happens when we place an ice cube in a drink? The ice absorbs heat and melts. The ice freezes the drink instantly, or there is no heat exchange. The ice absorbs heat and melts. What is a property of iron? It is attracted by magnets, it never rusts, or it is a liquid at room temperature. It is attracted by magnets. What causes iron to rust? Water and oxygen, sulfuric acid, or ice? Water and oxygen. What is a chemical change? A change that does not form new substances, a change that forms new substances, or a change that only affects size. A change that forms new substances. What is an example of a physical change? Ice melting, burning paper, or metal rusting? Ice melting. What is an example of a chemical reaction? Water evaporating, crushing a rock, or burning wood? Burning wood. What is the boiling point of pure water at sea level? 50 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius, or 200 degrees Celsius? 100 degrees Celsius. What is the freezing point of pure water at sea level? 0 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius, or 100 degrees Celsius? 0 degrees Celsius. What gas makes up about 78% of Earth's atmosphere? Oxygen, nitrogen, or carbon dioxide? Nitrogen. Which gas is essential for human respiration? Oxygen, O2, helium, He, or carbon dioxide, CO2? Oxygen, O2. What happens when a hot cup of coffee is left in a cold room? It absorbs heat from the air, it loses heat to the surroundings, or it remains at the same temperature. It loses heat to the surroundings. How does thermal energy flow? From a colder object to a hotter one, from a hotter object to a colder one, or it does not flow? From a hotter object to a colder one. Which material is a good conductor of electricity? Plastic, copper, or rubber? Copper. Which material is a good thermal insulator? Metal, styrofoam, or copper? Styrofoam. What is one of the three main ways heat is transferred? Respiration, radiation, or sublimation? Radiation. Who studied the principle of levers? Isaac Newton, Archimedes, or Albert Einstein? Archimedes. What determines whether an object floats in water? Its velocity and shape, its density compared to water, or its temperature and color? Its density compared to water. What type of reaction occurs when fuel burns in a car engine? Physical, chemical, or biological? Chemical. Why is water called the universal solvent? Because it dissolves many substances, because it dissolves nothing, or because it only dissolves solids? Because it dissolves many substances. Which of the following is made of a single chemical element? 24 karat gold, Au, table salt, NaCl, or water, H2O? 24 karat gold, Au. What is the black residue that comes out of a car's exhaust pipe? A pure substance, part of a pollutant mixture, or pure oxygen? Part of a pollutant mixture. What happens to the movement of gas molecules when temperature increases? They move slower, they move faster, or they remain unchanged? They move faster. Why does ironing clothes remove wrinkles? The iron cools the fabric. Heating softens and reshapes fibers, or it does not alter the fabric. Heating softens and reshapes fibers. What happens when an effervescent tablet is placed in water? A physical change, a chemical reaction, or no change? A chemical reaction. What is the melting point of a substance? The temperature at which a liquid becomes gas, the temperature at which a solid becomes liquid, or an irrelevant property? The temperature at which a solid becomes liquid. What is a volatile liquid? A liquid that evaporates quickly, a liquid that does not change state, or a liquid that is always dark-colored? A liquid that evaporates quickly. What type of separation occurs in simple distillation? Separation of two solids, separation of a dissolved solid from a liquid using boiling points, or separation of two liquids that cannot be heated? Separation of a dissolved solid from a liquid using boiling points. What happens when wood is burned? It remains the same, it turns into ash and gases, new substances, or it releases pure oxygen. It turns into ash and gases, new substances. What gas do humans exhale during respiration? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, CO2, or nitrogen? Carbon dioxide, CO2. What happens when water is placed in a freezer? It changes state, liquid to solid, it forms a new substance, or it causes a dangerous chemical reaction. It changes state, liquid to solid. Thank you, and see you next time.